Hello. So yesterday we did finish New Game Plus. We did do the Fires of Raven ending, which I really hated doing. I did not like the idea of having to kill Air's family. And yeah, essentially a bad ending, right? I think everyone ended up dying, including Carla. Walter survived, and he's presumably being controlled by the corpse, right? Because in the ending of the liberation of Rubicon, yeah, Walter is alive and he's in this coral enhanced AC. So yeah, Walter's alive in the Fires of Raven. It's just in an AC, I guess. They don't really tell you much what happens after that, apart from we are alive. I guess we fly away. They call us a monster. Yeah, this time around, New Game Plus, New Game Plus 2. It's probably easy to say that. We will go for the supposedly true ending. Now, I did kinda spoil myself, maybe not intentionally, but I was looking at how exactly would you get to the ending, and you know, there's a list of things that you have to do, and there's a few names of the missions which you can through the names of the mission you can kind of piece out what essentially the ending entails. So I guess I have an idea of what the ending is, but maybe it's alright, here it is. I think that the coral is going to have a good ending, and that they are going to be released from the cage that they were in Rubicon, right? Because I remember what Flatwell said, you are Raven, you have the capability of finding freedom that us Rubicons will never know. And after that mission, that optional mission, the new mission, Raven says the same thing. And it kind of paints an idea that there is an ending where the coral can be released from their prison, which they have been, right? They've been prisoners, and that they can fly off and find their old freedom. And unfortunately, looking through the list of things to do for this ending, well, one of the missions called Coral Release, so unfortunately, yeah, I can kind of piece the idea that that is what the ending entails. But I don't think it means that much that I can piece it together. I don't think it really spoils it. Because I think it'll still be a beautiful ending despite somewhat piecing it. Yeah, there's a few changes in which path you're supposed to go, and it seems like every single mission is solely on the purpose of suppressing the PCA. In this ending, the PCA are the bad guys, and we should absolutely destroy them in everything. It seems like, because yeah, again, it truly does seem like the PCA are the bad guys. They're the first people who knew about the coral, the first people who were keeping the coral and letting no one else know about it. And it seems like if we absolutely destroy the PCA in this playthrough, then there's a new ending for the coral, which is good. Yeah, I thought every day I learn something new about this game. Every day, and I think about lore and the story, and yeah, again, after yesterday's stream, after the ending, and reviewing footage of the gameplay story trailer, and reviewing. Let me show you. In New Game Plus, we we got to meet King, right, on an optional mission, and we got to meet Chartreuse. And at the very end, while fighting these two, Raven appears, and that is when we meet Raven. And it makes perfect sense, right? I did say along the lines that Raven was a part of this hacktivist group, right? A group of 4. And also at the end of the mission, what Air describes the group as was extremely similar to Raven. The notion of a Raven that there is a free will and they choose what they want to do. And in the story trailer, it's 617, it's 619, and 620. And in the story trailer, you can see that 619 dies and 620 dies in that very mission. And what I realized is this was Raven's mission. Raven was 617. When I first watched the trailer, I would have assumed that 617, the one that was fighting actually the Cataphract, so you can piece together that they were fighting the PCA. And Raven was at the very end. He survived. You would think he would have died in that mission because it paints it out as if he did die. He essentially suicided, right? But as someone who had never played the game before, watching that trailer, it would seem like a suicide mission. But when you play the game, you realize what 617 did there at the very end, the huge explosion to take out that massive laser rifle, which was assault armor, right? It wasn't a self-destruct. What he had done there was assault armor. So you can put together an idea that 617 didn't die there. And it is true that they were fighting the PCA, the Cataphract that we fight in this game is also telling us that Raven was the cause of the leak, and in that story trailer it's the same thing. This AC 617 is fighting a Cataphract and he wins. So you can piece together the idea that the AC we see there is Raven. He didn't die because he didn't go into suicide, and that huge explosion in the end wasn't a suicide explosion, it was assault armor. He survived. So we know that the three mechs there are 617, 619, and 620. But from what we know from the description of the 4 is that from one of the artist's description of these 4 groups of people, he never saw one of them, right? So that was Raven. He always saw 2 of them, which were the two obvious groups of people here, which were always which were easily observable, which would be someone of Chartreuse and King, right? 2 people were observable in a group of 4. One of them was the handler, the artist describes, so, and that would be Raven, which would be 618 because she doesn't appear in the mission. It's only 617, 619, and 620. So you can piece together that 617 was Raven, and then after the leak, you gathered 2 more people, which was King and Chartreuse, which explains it, an independent mercenary who arrived on Rubicon around the time that the coral response was rediscovered, during the time the leak happened. And it makes sense because it's a hacktivist group. And yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing that what was seen as a story trailer, an epic trailer, was actually such a huge significance in piecing together the story. It's so important. That's crazy. There's bits of pieces of story and lore that tells us that tells us. Even from the trailers. I'm wondering if the other trailers do tell us something. And from that, from fighting Sulla, right? I remember his response to us when we meet him. What happened to, I think 619, 620? Which ones did I kill, I wonder? But he only explicitly says 619, 620, and we know 619 and 620 died. Meaning, Sulla was there during the leak. And I think he was an independent mercenary working for the PCA. Which would make sense. That's how he would know about 619 and 620. And how he would know about Walter, because Walter was the one that sent, presumably, the group towards the leak. Because he was their handler. So that pieces together who Sulla is. Which, again, it seemed like Sulla knows us, but now I know how he knows us. No, not us per se, but Walter. And the story and the underlying relationship between Sulla and Walter. Super cool. Alright, enough rambling. Holy crap, but there's just so many pieces that you can understand from even the gameplay trailer that came out before even the game released. It's crazy. It's just so much. Right. Same two missions. That's the beginning of the game. Don't think... There's a few choices that I do have to decide. And these ones do not affect it. So let's go through them.
Got a job for you, 621. This is an open call from the Balaam Group, one of the corporate...
Same stuff.
The client doesn't care who does this job.
Right, let's go.
Activating combat mode.
This is just a kill mission, I believe.
Destroy all of the Rubicon Liberation Front's artillery placements.
Oh, also I am I'm recording what I play as well as streaming at the same time, so there might be dips in the stream maybe. I don't know if my CPU and GPU can handle gameplay as well as streaming at the same time. But since the recording is based on the GPU more than the CPU, then I think it'll be fine.
The front is protected with armor plating.
But it's mainly because I'm recording because the bitrate when I do upload to YouTube is trash. The clarity is not great, right? It's just very, very pixelated. So I wanted to separately record and stream at the same time, but it might take a hit on the stream itself. I don't know. We'll see. If I do see hits on the quality of the stream, then I will just stop recording and figure something else out. I don't know. I don't think it'll be that significant. Because I kind of have a beefy GPU, which is a 4080.
Keep up the good work.
There doesn't seem to be any drop frames, so it seems like I can record
The artillery, our work is over.
and stream at the same time. But I have to be careful about big massive laser, don't I? This is a big laser. I think that's IE. I recognize that voice. I actually think that's IE.
Confirmed. All targets destroyed. That's it for this job.
Also, yeah,
Return to base.
I'm still not certain whether going through New Game Plus higher makes the game more difficult. I think it stays the same, it feels like. I don't really feel any increase in difficult. Perhaps how much they hit me is more. It seems like. In terms of anything else, I don't think the actual damage I do is less. It seems like they just hit harder. Yeah, it just seems like they hit harder and nothing else. I could be wrong. I don't know the values, whether it is actually harder or not. Not new arenas. I think we get new arenas, New Game Plus Plus. I'm not sure, but something along the lines of completing more arenas to get this final ending. I don't know, but I guess at some point new arenas will appear, which I'm excited for, honestly.
Job for you, 621.
Right, skip this. Simple cleanup.
You've got ID. Now you need a rep. Get their attention, 621.
Man, it's so interesting. Oh, and it's yeah, I realized I don't think the scientist in the gameplay in the story trailer was talking about
Main system.
when he
Activating
said,
combat mode.
at least you're helping me clear out my inventory.
Commence mission.
I think he was talking about,
Wipe out the Dafag MT squad.
because he only says that line after inquiring what happened to 617 and the others. And then there's a pause of silence, and I presume Walter had said something to the scientist. And after that, he says, at least you're clearing out my inventory. Now, I don't think that states as us on the table right then and there. Because right after that, he says, this one, ... So I don't think when he was saying, at least you're clearing out my inventory, that he was strictly talking about us. Because it doesn't make sense why someone like him would have a deadbeat body like us in his inventory, if you know what I mean. I don't believe that he was talking to us when he said, at least you're clearing out my inventory. I think he was saying it for 617 and the others. And if that's true, then it could be confirmation bias, right? Because I really like the idea that we are the sun. But there's a lot of ideas that Walter is the sun, but I think we are the sun. I feel like after the mission, it was a success, right? Essentially a success. That there was the leak. And he had previously, before 617, sent out dogs. Sent out more of these mercs to do this mission. And this was, finally, he got one through, which was 617 and the others. They were able to do it. And that's how he pieced together the history between Salah, that Salah had been protecting the PCA, hired an independent mercenary, fighting for the PCA against, defending the PCA against Walter. And now that there was an eventuality, that there was a success of this league or something or other, he could now put his plans to fruition, right? They had always been observers, and from the leak they could observe that there was a coral growth, and from that on he took action, and that was us, 621. And I think we are special in that we were the sun, and because he's a scientist, he had the knowledge to and was able to perform that surgery on us up to 4. I don't know, that's my theory on who we are and how it makes sense that we are the sun. How it makes sense that we could get augmented. And, you know, Walter being the scientist and us being the sun, and the reason why Carla calls us the tourist, and why there's so much emphasis on Walter and Carla constantly on us, about friendship, making friends. Especially in the Liberation Army, Carla saying, when you sit on the fence, you make no enemies, but you make no friends either. And us being the description of the sun being a reticent one, somewhat of a loner, that would describe us. And that's why there's so much emphasis on us having a friend at the very end, with Walter saying, "I see you've made a friend." I think that beautifully paints us as the sun. And I don't think Walter is the sun. I think Walter is one of the scientists that happened to survive, especially with his line of the story saying, "Things don't die easy. Once they're alive, things don't die easy." That's just my theory on who we are. I don't like the idea that we are just a merc and something we was picked up in inventory, because it is. I will explore the idea that it's cool that we are a nobody. Somehow we had made a name for ourselves. But I think it's it feels so hollow, you know. It can be beautiful in the sense that we were nobody and become somebody that could make change and be something and be, you know. But it makes no sense why there was so much attachment to us, especially from Walter. "You are the only one who can," and Air saying, "You are the only one who can." Well, I understand from Air's point of view, "You are the only one who can," it's because we are the only one that can hear her. But I think the reason why we were so special is because we had the augmentation as well. And the only way we could get that augmentation, as far as I know, no one else knows the augmentation process more than a scientist back at the research lab. And I don't believe that would be the sun. How could the sun possibly understand anything that would be going on in the lab? Unless he was a crazy Einstein, but I don't believe it. I think Walter was a scientist and that he had conducted the augmentation on, unfortunately, the sun, because perhaps the sun felt it was his duty, because it's a common saying, sins get passed down, and an emphasis on Walter saying a legacy. This is not a duty, but it's also a legacy handed down to the newer generation for the sins, and that would be us, the sun. Okay, I keep talking. Once I get on a roll, once I start thinking about a story, I just don't stop. I'm sorry. Probably most of you are looking for gameplay, so I'll just keep playing. And the problem is, this is so interesting to me, but I know there's people out there who don't care about the story and just care about the gameplay. And to me, honestly, that's a little bit sad, because I think the story is amazing. I think it's so beautiful. I think it's it's better than any other story From Software has ever released.
They're just mass-produced MTs.
I think it's absolutely amazing.
This AC pilot's sharp.
And dare I even say it, I think it's better than Bloodborne's story. And I know there's a lot of Bloodborne lovers out there, but I'm sorry for this. Personally, this story is way better than Bloodborne. And I know there's a hell of a lot more secrets in Bloodborne. It's a lot more cryptic. This is more direct, and it's more of a beautiful story. In Bloodborne's story, it's just more of a. It's so cryptic that you can never get a definitive answer on what the story of Bloodborne is. You can skirt around the idea and say, "Oh, this is what the story of Bloodborne is," but you can't really say that's what it is. That is what it is, in a factual sense. For this, it actually has a story. You know? And it's something that you can work around to piece together the world. So it's wild to me saying that this game is... I think the lore It's better than
The enemy
Bloodborne.
MC squad has been eliminated. That's it for this job, 621.
And I know a lot of
Return to
people
base.
adore Bloodborne, but I think this beats it out. It's crazy. I think this is actually the best story From Software has written.
No new messages.
There's just so many characters that you can learn to like and love. You know, when you go through general From Software games, sure you meet NPCs, but you never ever really get attached to these guys, you know? Sure, they might have their own storyline, but you never get, at least what I felt while playing, you know, Dark Souls 2, 3, Sekiro. I never truly got an attachment to any of those characters. Never. Like, not once have I ever gotten attached to any character in the Souls series. Sure, I got extremely interested, particularly with Dark Souls 1 and Artorias and Sith. I felt, I think as many others, they probably felt an emotional attachment to Sith, and that Sith was stopping us from going down the same dark path that Artorias did, and he was consumed by the abyss, and Sith was there stopping us. I think that's the only part where I felt some sort of emotional connection and tried to truly understand characters from that perspective. But other than that, I can't think of a single character that I ever felt like I was extremely interested, even to a personal sense. Never. And in Armored Core, there's just so many characters. There's Carla, there's Walter, there's Air. There's even what you would call minor characters, Chatty. You could, oh, it's just some robot thing, but going through the story, you can see that he's different. He's not just some AI, he's more than AI. You piece together that he was of Carla's creation, and that he was a much more deeper connection than just some robot. You know, these characters, these individual characters that are so much more vibrant than, at least in my opinion, characters in their previous titles. Is crazy. That's I guess it's just a different style, right? Each of the games have different styles in which they portray their story. Sekiro had a story, right? Yeah, it's just, I feel like it's just different story styles. I feel like if Dark Souls had this kind of story, it would take away a lot of the mysticism, a lot of the spectacle from Dark Souls, because you're in this world there and you have no idea. In that, seeing it that way, then yeah, it kind of makes sense why Dark Souls is the way it is, or why a lot of those Souls genre are like that. Okay, and Armored Core is more direct in the story. But wow, it's because I never played any Armored Cores before. I wonder if the story is like this for the previous Armored Cores. I don't think it is, from my very, very limited memory of Armored Core 4. I don't think there was anything like this in Armored Core 4. I feel like this is perhaps the first time that they've truly created a wholesome, beautiful story filled with vibrant characters. It's crazy. Again, I feel like it's a step up. Like they're continuously improving and learning. So it makes me super excited what's From Software's next titles will essentially be like. I don't think there'll be a new Dark Souls, but if they release a new Dark Souls, will there be vibrant characters? Will there be a story? Would it be like this? I wonder. Sorry, again, I'm rambling. Holy crap, I need to stop doing that. I need to play the game. Right. These aren't choices, right? I don't think it matters. I have to do both of them either way, I believe. Yeah, I think it's only at the dam there's a choice. Alright, let's do this. I don't think any of these are new. Alright, let's do this.
Now they're asking for you by name.
Right.
Keep
Clear it out.
Main system activating combat mode.
Oh boy. I don't know why this game in particular just fries my synapses.
Front transport choppers.
My brain's on thinking mode constantly when I'm playing this game. Like, no other game does this. This game does it.
We're under attack. The corporate merge.
Usually when I'm playing a game, I'm just like deadbeat. Like, oh, play the game, get through it,
Transport chopper down.
get through it,
Keep it at 621.
find enjoyable moments, and then I'm done with the game. I don't really look deep into it. This one just does it.
Take it out.
This one fires all cylinders in my brain.
Defend our supply. Our comrades on the Strider can't.
Yeah, I don't think the enemies get harder. I think they just hit harder in terms of their actual history values. I don't think any of it changed. Just that they hit much harder. Yeah, because I'm kind of taking a beating after getting shot like once.
Confirmed. Target destroyed. On to the next
Yeah, I
targets.
think they actually just do way more damage. Cool.
Here, fight back.
It's nice to see that it's not just a damage sponge, right?
Have no fear.
Instead, the enemies do more damage, so it requires you to be more
Looks like they've got a mouse.
skillful.
It's a guy
Yeah,
above
and they
the
just
other
straight up do
agents.
hit harder.
Ignore it.
Way
Focus
harder.
on the mission.
Interesting.
2 repair kits remaining.
ATS overload.
Yeah, I think it actually is just they do more damage. A hell of a lot more damage as well.
Got the tetrapod. Looks like you got them all. That's it for this job, 621.
Cool.
Return to
I think that's the best way to balance the new game plus in this. Instead of enemies being tanky, they do more damage to you. That's a little bit sketchy though. If you're less mobile, right, it means it's tougher on less mobile ACs. If you're mobile, then it's not too bad because you're pretty much doing the same dodges. If you're immobile, a lot more heavier and slower, then you're going to get hit a lot. And if you're going to get hit a lot more harder, then there's a lot more focus on skillfully dodging. So maybe as you go further in New Game Plus, you actually have to become more lighter. So maybe it gets hit on the playstyle.
1 new message.
I see you're back, 621. The Corps see the Liberation Front as a hindrance to expanding their coral survey. But to the
It's just a job. Okay. I was curious as to say in the very beginning, or why is he constantly bashing the idea to us? It's just a job, it's just a job, it's just a job. I think... If we are the sun, if we have emotional connection, is that why he's bashing it to us? It's just a job. Just do it. Just do it because we know that our true duty is to the Fires of Raven ending. Perhaps that is the idea and why he's so consistent in the very beginning of the game. Yeah, I think that is the reasoning behind that. Right, this is killing the student pilot. I wonder if it's changed. I think he did change in New Game Plus. I wonder if he'll change in New Game Plus. New Game Plus 2, let's see.
The target may be a product sample, but it's still...
Is it going to be a different AC or is it going to be similar? If I remember, the one in New Game Plus was a Tetra. The new, in the first playthrough it was just a bipedal, two-legged. So I wonder how this one will be.
Commence mission. We've got a read on the target. Now's the time, 621.
What are you? Oh, you're like a bipedal.
That pilot's just a trainee. Don't let you guard down.
You have a laser. Oh, you're a... Are you? No, I don't think you changed, actually. I don't look at it. Oh, no, hold on. Yeah, I don't think you actually changed. Okay, perhaps you didn't change during New Game Plus. It's just difficult to see from a distance. I think that was the same as New Game. First playthrough as well. I would assume also he didn't change during New Game Plus. It would have been more interesting though if that guy had a different AC in New Game Plus and New Game Plus Plus. You know? Oh, I do have to be mindful of new dialogue that may appear.
About leaving 621 with the red guns.
Handler Walter, forgot to mention something. The Liberation Front's changing the strategy. Been cozying up to independent mercs.
I think this is new.
Great news, if it means more work for 621.
Oh, no.
They can try whatever tricks they want.
No, this is old.
The red guns are ready.
Yeah, this is old. And this is the dam mission, right? And for this, we have to attack the dam.
One new message.
That was being shipped to the red guns. They're big, remember?
Ah. Hold on, let me... Whoa. This is new. Defend the weaponized mining ship Strider, a key military asset. Wow, so this is new. Okay. Okay, wow. However, there is still an alt mission for this, and I have a note here saying that I have to attack the dam complex and not fight the Balaam G. I think it was Volta, right? Volta and Iguaza. I think we helped them. Hold on, let me check. Let me see. I need to double check facts on how to actually get this. Maybe it doesn't even matter, but I wanna double check because I don't want to have to go through another New Game Plus and be locked out of the true story, the true ending. Alright, let me Google it. Because I can't take it factual. What? Seems like I accept what? During the attack, the dam complex in Chapter 1, choose a sect prompt. I'm guessing that's to accept the mission to fight Iguazo and Volta. And then we will do this. I guess. I presume this is not it, and this is... So, we fight Volta Iguazo, and then we do this. Like, there's actually no information, so I guess I just have to go off my own instincts. Because if I can piece together that, you know, one of the missions, I think it's the last mission, is called Coral Release, so it's everything to do with the Rubicons finding their freedom, as well as the coral. Oh, is this a goodbye to air? Oh, I think I'm okay with saying goodbye to air. She can fly off and find her own freedom. Cool, okay. Fight Iguazo. Kill Volta.
Got a job for you, 621. You're joining an operation planned by Balaam.
Yeah. I think the set prompt is
Gun
to
13.
fight Volta
I'll stick with 621.
and
Don't let the
Iguazo.
red guns teach you bad manners.
Yeah, again, don't let the red guns teach you bad manners. It's like what?
Activating combat.
Hold on, it's like don't let them teach you bad manners. If I'm the son, the young boy, don't let them teach you bad manners. You know, why would you wouldn't say that to an adult? Well, I guess you could, but it's more. It makes sense that he's saying it to us if we were the son and we were the younger one. You know, we're easily more impressible, impressionable. So yeah, I think this is just more signs and telling us that we are the son. Maybe it's confirmation bias. I don't know.
Balaam Group AC Squad Red Guns reporting for duty.
It seems like we have to kill these two.
Attack!
Guazo,
Get in there, you maggots!
bit of a prick, ain't he?
Great. An independent merc. Nice guy who decided the red gun should be taking care of some freelance.
Who gives a shit? We'll handle this mission ourselves. One target destroyed.
Freelancer. And no one even told you why we're here.
Also, I think it's amazing that
Climb the wall.
going
Just
through the
target
New Game
practice.
Plus is
When we're done, the locals
it's
will
even
think
more
this is next.
so with the name of Raven, choosing what we want to do.
Why don't you start a sewing club together?
It's like we have more freedom in what we want to do the further we went into New Game Plus. But that we had become a Raven in our choices.
Gun 4. Can't say I considered you a pro either. We don't need backseat drivers in the red guns. Shape up or ship out.
God, I
That
love
takes
him.
care of the frontline MTs.
It's too bad that he dies.
That was just
Right.
the warm-up. Look alive, maggots!
It just sucks that he
Wait,
dies.
621.
Such a
I'm
vibrant
receiving
character.
a coded transmission. Raven, I represent the Rubicon Liberation Front.
Yeah, and I believe we accept, it seems like.
We want you to take out the two red guns. Our compensation will be double Balaam's offer. Awaiting your response.
Okay, and this is
Your
an
call,
accept.
621.
Yeah, okay, it is accept.
Your
There we go.
cooperate.
Okay, let me close the website now that I know what to do on the dam. I think everything else should be somewhat, apart from eliminate the enforcement squad at chapter 3, which is contrary to fighting the cataphract. I think everything else probably just slots in what to do, so...
Is appreciated.
But if I do feel like I need to check, then I will check.
Raven. 621. We've received a friendly ID tag from the...
I mean, there's some information saying that, oh, you have to complete all the arenas. And there's some people saying, oh, there's nothing about the arenas at all, which is a little bit odd. There's still a lot of fragmented information on the endings and whatnot. Some say you can only get Liberation of Rubicon ending on playthrough 2, which is, as we now know, is not correct. We could do that first. So that's why I'm super cautious and why I had to check how to get this ending. Because it seems like getting this ending is you can screw it up, maybe. I'm not sure, but
Liberation
we'll see.
front.
Hopefully, I don't
waste
screw it up.
firepower.
I don't think we will. But if we do, I'll be kind of disappointed in myself. Because I feel like it would be easy to figure out what the ending is. How to get the ending is. Because I've gotten so many clues on what it is. Right? I know that it is the coral leaving Rubicon. Like, there's so many, they've already given us so many hints on that being the idea. Now, what makes me sad about this is, does that mean Air is going to leave us? Which is bittersweet, right? It's good for her, but it's somewhat sad that she leaves us. But I think it's okay. I think it's okay. If she gets to be happier, then that's okay for me. I remember. It's got upbeat dam. I don't think Volta will have a hard time climbing it, right? I don't think Volta can actually climb. A bit too fat. A bit too chunky. Alright, Guazo appears. Alright, come on Guazo, you can do it. I hate your guts, but come on, you can climb. Slowly but surely. Come on. Come on. Oh, the AI is a bit janky. Let's fly up so he... Whoa, Volta! What are you doing? No, Volta. Okay. Come on, Guazo. Come here, little shit. Oh, there you go. There we go. Alright. Volta's stuck down there. Just a Guazo. Alright, I remember Volta being very difficult too, so let's keep our mid-distance to Volta. Just shoot him. There we go. Oh, Volta. Right, what I'm scared about is the mission with King, Chartreuse, and Raven.
Don't take too long figuring it out. It's a lot.
Okay. I got your number, Volta. Man, why is the Guazo so easy compared to Volta? There's actually no redeeming factor with the Guazo. He's just a really hateful character. He's not even good. I do have to watch out for his songbirds. There's a shotgun, so I have to keep my distance. He steals his songbird up. So be mindful of that. Yep. And that's his last rocket. We can go closer.
Right shoulder ignition at 50%.
Cool. And he should be done.
50%.
Should be done. Okay.
Control of my machine. No choice but to withdraw.
Alright, now we get to do
Gun 4 and gun
the
5
new mission.
eliminated.
Defend
You
the
can
Strider.
for the AC repair fees, Michigan.
You've ruined our little field trip, Walter. I'll be billing you for tuition fees too.
I'm certain Michigan and Walter has a pass together. Yeah. 190k penalties, but we got bonus. Is bonus pay from... Yeah. Right. They were paying us double. Okay. Alright. New mission. I'm excited about this. I'm excited how this changes the story. Okay, jealous guy. Okay, don't care. I assume later on we do the same thing. We'll fight Iguazo, and then later on we'll send the assassin and we'll deal with Cold War. I think his name was Cold War. Oh, I think it was Cold Call. We'll kill him. Perhaps in New Game Plus Plus we will actually fight the assassin and the Guazo together. Because it seems like after killing the assassin, the Guazo is nowhere to be found. Perhaps in New Game Plus Plus we get to see the Guazo and actually end him. Right, this mission. I presume it is absolutely this. This did not appear in New Game Plus. So it is this. There's no... At least a few of the websites show nothing about this. So I guess it is this. I wonder what the defense mission will be like.
Got a job for you, 621.
Yeah?
We've received a request from the Rubicon Liberation Front.
Raven, here's an operation that may be of interest to you. We want you to escort the Strider, a weaponized mine
Escort. Okay.
There's no end to the Corp's invasion. They've reached the Bonadea Dunes in western Belius now. Before the invasion, the Strider was our mobile base for extracting and distributing coral. We paid the dozers a fortune to outfit it for combat. It's too precious an asset
It's
to
the
lose.
dozers.
Hopefully we can count on your assistance.
Looks like we've got conflicting requests about the same ship. You'll be doing the work. You choose.
Yeah. Man, this is also a horrible mission as well, because yeah, I kind of got an idea that the Rubicons were also using coral as a fuel source as well, right? Because obviously they... Oh, we found essentially oil. Let's sell it off, get rich, build a society. Civilization, I should say, not society. What? So in some sense, you know, even the Rubicons are oppressing the coral, not seeing them as who they are. I mean, in some sense, it's like some sort of cult or ideology from Thumb, the father of the Rubicon Liberation Front, right? That has some sort of understanding that coral is more than just a fuel source. But I think for the generalized Rubicon people, like the laymen who don't really understand all of it, they only see coral as a fuel source. So I wonder if the coral should not be, her family should not be caged, used as fuel. That's just not right. And it makes sense what the ending is. If it is the release of coral, if they get to escape from their prison and fly away and find their own freedom, away from humanity, I think that would be a beautiful end. Let's see. But defending this goes against it, right? Because this is what sucks up, unfortunately, coral. But it's a mission we haven't done before, so we are compelled to do it. But it seems like this mission doesn't... Does this mission affect the ending? I don't think it. Oh. I haven't done missions, so I have to. I have to. Even though I don't enjoy the idea that it is a machine that just sucks up coral, which is essentially Coral's heirs family. And then they'll just use it as a drug. Maybe... I don't know. I just don't like it, but I have to do it.
Chose the Liberation Front, did you?
Yeah. Well...
Whatever works to get your name out there. That's the benefit of being independent.
Let's do dialogue. That's the idea of being independent.
Main system activating combat mode.
Yeah, I actually get to have choice in what I want to do.
Wait, someone's already attacking the ship.
I didn't have choice in the first playthrough.
What is that thing?
Oh, it's already going down. Okay. Okay, cool. Cool. I wanted it. I wanted it to explode. Cool.
Enemies
Good.
on the radar.
Right, but who?
621. They're coming.
Yeah. Obicus. Balen. Vespers.
ID.
Oh, these shitheads. They were so difficult.
Weapons.
So difficult in the pit.
Defend yourself, 621. They're not going to listen to reason.
They are Ibis. They are mechs from Ibis.
Research
Yeah.
Institute.
I know.
Survival fires in Ibis.
Why are they here? Oh, they're here to protect the coral. They are here to protect the coral. Their greater imperative is to protect the coral. Just as with the ice worm. It was going to attack us on that mission, but it moved to a greater imperative, and that was to protect the coral. It is the same with these guys.
Did you get them? Wait, there's more.
2 repair kits.
Helianthus machines. Don't take them head on, 621. They'll tear you to shreds. We've got more incoming. Chance encounter. Focus, 621. I'll do the thinking.
AP at 30%.
Helianthus machines coming in hot. These are dangerous, 621. Knock them down and go in for the kill.
Light shoulder ammunition at 50%. AP at 50%. At 30%. AP at 50%. Light shoulder ammunition at 30%. AP at 30%.
Oh god, how long has it been? I love this. I love this. They're here for a greater imperative, and that is to protect the coral. So cool. Yeah, and it's really painting the idea that the third ending is all about the coral and to protect them.